everyone. In previous video, we discussed the basic concepts related to files, like naming the files, types of the files, file structure with respect to the root directory, and also two important variables, home and path, we discussed. Related to the files, we will discuss some more concept in today's class. The first one, absolute path name. A path which is begin with the root directory. A path which is begin with the root directory. Such path name will be called as absolute path name. Here there may be one question, what do you mean by root directory? All the directories and subdirectories are located under the root directory, which is represented by / in Unix operating system. In previous video, as I given the one diagram, tree structure with related to the files. Just you can recall that there is a root directory, then which is under, we can find the different directories like bin, device, that way. Such kind of the path name, what we can call as the absolute path names. If the path name does not start with the /, then it is relative to the current directory. Such path name we can call as a relative path name. Then what do you mean by relative? For that we are using the two symbolic notations. One is a dot and one more is two dots. Single dot is representing the current directory and two dots is representing the parent directory. Then what do you mean by current directory and parent directory? Here current directory is nothing but where currently the programs are executed by the user. That is what we can call as the current directory. And parent directory is nothing but where the user login into the system, the details are stored in that directory. That is what we can call as the parent directory. Next, we are discussing some of the basic commands using with the files. The first directory command we are using is pwd, which stands for print working directory. At any time we can determine where we are in the file system hierarchy by using pwd command, which means that, as I already told, when we are logging into the system, we are located under a particular directory. That directory what we can call as a print working directory or present working directory. To retrieve that one, we are using the one directory command pwd. Here just we can find the example as a given there. src is the one subdirectory which is located under the one more subdirectory frank. Again there is one more subdirectory home. Finally it is located under the root directory. Next, one more command cd, as the name indicate, change directory. Whenever if you wanted to change the path name of that particular directory, then we need to use the cd command to change a particular directory. This cd command or change directory command is accept both the path names, that is the absolute path name and relative path names. We are already familiar with these two concepts. Absolute is nothing but what is start with the root directory, and relative path names are nothing but which are related to the two symbolic notation, that is the current directory and parent directory here. The syntax for the cd command is cd followed by directory name. We taken some of the examples related to the cd command. If I typed only cd, that indicates changes to the user's home directory. The current home directory will be changed. If I typed cd followed by /, that indicates changes to directory to the system root directory. If I typed cd two dots, that is representing the parent directory, goes up one directory level. I'll take that example in the next part, how it works exactly. Next, cd two dots followed by /, again two dots, that indicate goes up to two directory levels. There's one more example related to the cd command. If I taken the complete path name, just we can find it here. Full path name from root changes to directory to the absolute path name named. No, that is the whatever the path name we mention in that path name will be taken. If it does not start with the root directory, just we can find in the second example cd, I directly use the word path. I could not taken here the / beginning, so that indicate it is related to the relative path name rather than absolute path name here. So what we need to understand from these two commands, there is a pwd and cd. One is for printing the working directory, one is for changing the directory here. Next, one more command related to the directory command, that is mkdir. As the name indicates, we can use this command to create subdirectories, and directories. For creating the subdirectory, we need to specify either full or relative path name of the directory. Okay, as you are familiar with, whenever we want to create the directory, we are right clicking and taking the new folder in Windows operating system. Just like that, in Unix operating system, to create the directory file, we are using the mkdir command. The mkdir always creates a directory under current directory. As I taken just one example here, mkdir patch dbs doc. So that indicate we are creating the three directories under current directory. What is the current directory is there? In that we are creating the three subdirectories, that is patch, dbs and doc. Just we can find there is one more example related to the mkdir here. As I taken pis, then pis followed by procs, then pis followed by the data, that indicate we are explicitly creating the two subdirectories. One is procs and one more is data, but both are located under pis. So this way we can use the mkdir. So there is two reasons sometimes we unable to create the directory files. One is, if suppose the directory is already exists, then we unable to create the directory file. The one more reason is that there may be an ordinary file by the same name in the current directory, It's just like that. If I taken the one ordinary file name is xyz, if I want to create the same file name as a directory file, then in that case it's not possible to create the directory file. It is with respect to the current directory. The permission set for the current directory do not permit the creation of the files and directories by the user. We'll discuss the user permission in the next videos, like it is related to read, write and execute permissions. So if suppose that we could not have a write permission, then we are unable to create the new directory. There is one more command related to the directory command, that is rmdir. As the name indicates, if you wanted to remove a particular directory, then we are using the rmdir. The one concept we need to remember for rmdir, whenever we wanted to remove a particular directory, it should be empty first. If it is not, then we need to remove the files exist in that directory first. And one more point, we cannot remove a directory if it is our present working directory. We must first change out that directory to some other present working directory. That means if I am working under a user bin directory, I am unable to remove that directory because I am using that one. And one more point related to this command is that we cannot remove a subdirectory unless we are placed in a directory which is hierarchically above the one we have chosen to remove. Means, say for example, there is a one file directory xyz which is followed by abc. I need to remove the directory abc in this case rather than xyz, because xyz is one level higher with respect to the abc directory. As we taken the one example here, that is rmdir patch. That means this patch directory we are removing here, but one point we need to remember, it must be empty. One more example as I taken here, rmdir pis /proofs pis/data. It shows an error if pis is not empty. However, rmdir silently deletes the lower level subdirectories, that is proofs and data here. Yes. So this is the two important commands we need to remember. One is mkdir, one more is rmdir. Yes. Some more concepts we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.